Welcome back.
Nick and Lex here.
Hello, everyone.
How's it going? So tonight, tonight we decided to react to more Bob Dylan. We just recently did Like a Rolling Stone.
Yes.
We loved it, and today we're gonna do The Times They Are A-Changin'. I think also it's a little bit influenced by right now the movie that's in theaters.
Yes.
That's doing really well. And
Timothy Chalamet.
yeah, he might win an Oscar. Who knows? For the portrayal of Bob Dylan. It's just, I don't know. I think this song is very important. We just looked at Wikipedia, and so what did we learn? We
learned a lot of stuff. This song obviously is very well known. It has a lot of listens on Spotify, like 240 million. And yes, it's from the title track of the album, The Times They Are A-Changin', 1964, Bob's third album that he released. And yeah, it basically said that when he wrote it, he had the intention that it would be an anthem of change. So, and yes, I totally agree with you. Right now it's very relevant because of like the movie and everything. But I feel like ever since it came out in 64 to now, it's really never not been relevant, you know? Right. And I've heard this song before.
Yes, I wanted to get to that. So there is a really cool movie called Watchmen. It's a superhero film in an alternate reality in the 1980s, where Nixon is still president in the 1980s and stuff like that. And it's like it's
very noir.
It's very dark. It's a very dark film, very violent. You know, it is what it is. But the movie opens with these really cool scenes of the Vietnam War and just the way it's shot, and these superheroes that kind of like save the day in numerous ways when they go to the moon, and it's like all this timeline from this like 50s and 60s and 70s and to the 80s, and the song fits so well. And that's the first time I heard the song, but I only remember the chorus.
Yes,
I don't really remember all the lyrics, and that's what we're going to focus on today, on the lyrics, because Bob Dylan is such an important singer-songwriter. So the lyrics are in the forefront here.
Absolutely. Totally. Yes, let's get started. I'm super excited about this. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for clicking on the video, for watching, and feel free to share your comments, your history about the song, and please like the video, subscribe if you think you might like to see us again. Okay.
All right, let's go.
Come gather round, people, wherever you roam, and admit that the waters around you have grown, and accept it that soon you'll be drenched to the bone. If your time to you is worth saving,
that voice,
then you better start swimming or you'll sink like a stone, or the times they are a-changin'. Writers and critics who prophesize with your pen, and keep your eyes wide, the chance won't come again. And don't speak too soon, for the wheel's still in spin, and there's no telling who that it's naming. Was the loser now will be later to win, for the times they are a-changin'. Senators, congressmen, please heed the call. Don't stand in the doorway, don't block up the hall, for he that gets hurt will be he who has stalled. The battle outside raging will soon shake your windows and rattle your walls, for the times they are a-changin'. Mothers and fathers throughout the land And don't criticize what you can't understand. Your sons and your daughters are beyond your command. Your old road is rapidly aging. Please get out of the new one if you can't lend your hand, for the times they are a-changin'. The line it is drawn, the curse it is cast. The slow one now will later be fast, as the present now will later be past. The order is rapidly fading, and the first one now will later be last, for the times they are a-changin'.
Wow.
Insane, huh? So good. It got you, huh? Yeah. So much to that song. It's like just a few chords, some harmonica,
Yeah.
voice.
That voice is so unique. It's
unique.
like, wow. Yeah.
And the message. The
Yeah,
message is
message.
so loud and so strong.
Yeah. It's so it's crazy how he was. I mean, look how young he looks.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe he was like what, 20 or
He looks,
younger.
yeah.
What a career! 61 years ago he recorded this,
Mm-hmm.
and it. I don't know why this is like so. It hits me so hard, but it's still so like it makes so much sense. But in every decade.
Yes.
I can think of the 60s and it made perfect sense then.
Mm-hmm.
And I can think of the 70s and it made perfect sense in the 80s. And now again, it's like it's never really like out of. It's such a true message. It's such an important like combination of words that he thought of. And it's never going to be out of date.
Exactly. It's always going to be relevant because honestly, yes, everything that he said and the way that he put it is just so true. Like, don't even worry about getting there first because, it's all relative in the way that you look at it. And time can either go by really quickly or it can go by slowly depending on how you look at it,
Yeah.
So
I'm so bummed because I wanted to go over the lyrics and they kind of like when you press stop.
Here, do it now. It won't sound.
Can I press?
Yeah, but go the arrow.
Oh, okay. You muted it?
Yeah.
Okay. So I just love this come gather around people wherever you roam and admit that the waters around you have grown. Like that is such a, and then accept it. Soon you'll be drenched to the bone.
Because it's even gonna like go over you.
Yeah, but in the 60s.
Yeah.
That's insane.
But it's also very.
But it's also like, yeah. I'm sorry. You go ahead.
It's very figurative too because it's like when you go somewhere when you're a little kid and everything seems so big, and then suddenly like you go. And then you're like, it really wasn't that big. It was just how I was looking at it. So I think it's also that.
When you go back as an adult.
Yes, when you go back as an adult. And it's like, it just depends how you look at it and the experiences that you've had. And of course, now your growth can be seen against it. But that's why I loved that other line in the song when he said, if you can't be in the new road, then move over. Like if you can't lend a hand with the new things that are coming, if you can't adapt, then just move over.
Yeah. I also love the line here. And it doesn't really, like some of these lines are also meant in a different way. They're not so like like the way I was interpreting right now. But like, for example, well, about the writers and critics, but I also love this one here. Don't stand in the doorway. Don't block up the hall.
Yes.
For he that gets hurt will be he who has stalled. Cause the battle outside raging will soon shake your windows and rattle your walls. Like, that's insane, because that is applied in every decade.
Yes. Yes.
You know, it's such a great message of like peace, you know, like be peaceful amongst each other. And if you're not gonna be, then don't stand in the way again here. Don't block up the hall. You know, and I don't know, it's just beautiful because, like you said, it's just 2 chords, or it's literally 2 chords. And I love just like the little improv he plays there. And you can see, we haven't watched the movie for some reason. We've watched all the others, but this one is kind of like harder to watch. You actually have to go to the movies and watch this one, which I guess will.
We did, but it was already out of theater. But,
but I just love the image, because there was an image of the actor who portrays him, and people were just like, listening, you know, like so I don't know, that's why I got a little bit sentimental. And it's just I love his voice, and I love the guy, because again, when we did that reaction with Quincy Jones and Stevie Wonder and Michael Jackson and all these,
We Are the World,
We Are the World, and then he was like, I don't fit here, like I don't know what to do, like my voice, you know, like it doesn't go. And then I love that Stevie Wonder did tell him, yes, you can do it. Just do it like you always do.
Yeah.
And then that part in the song is so legendary.
It's so
because
good.
he's so unique. Nobody sings like him, you know? It's just something that is a wonderful thing. So
yeah. And it's just wonderful that at this time when so much was happening, and even now I'm sure, but people would really like want to use music as a way to deliver a message, and he
like
did
Joni.
that so perfectly. Yeah, and Joni and a lot of
Joni
people
Mitchell.
from that time, you know, they rebelled against the government and against what they believed in and against like what they stood against, I guess, to be able to express themselves through music and poetry like this. And it's just amazing. And honestly, the way that Bob Dylan described it, an anthem of change, this is literally an anthem of change. Like, I can't think of a better way to describe this song. You know?
Yes. Yeah, I love that through music, especially in the 60s and 70s with all the wars, you know, and the wars before, you know, that we need to learn our lessons. And, you know, I love all the, if you like check out lyrics by Creedence Clearwater, you know, stuff like that. Or just like these artists from the 60s and 70s, they had a lot of, you know, a lot to say, because that was a great form to communicate what was like maybe being blocked by other.
Yes, exactly.
By, you know,
it wasn't being shown on the TV, or maybe like people weren't talking about it, but maybe they would talk about this song.
Yeah,
and that's
it was a great way, you know, to portray a message through music and make it like worldwide.
Oh yeah.
And that's why I love, you know, like Bob Dylan and Joni Mitchell and like all these songwriters that we listen to. You know?
Yes, I agree.
There's so many good ones. Right now, I'm just like blockage.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, even when we listen to Steely Dan, you know, the messages, some of them are obviously very funny and some are a little bit outrageous. But in the end, it's, you know, there's always a good story.
Yeah.
You know.
I agree. And I think that this is just a great song to listen to, even though we may have heard it. We had never listened to it. We never paid attention to the lyrics.
No.
And yeah, it's just wonderful that we're able to kind of rediscover or discover in a lot of cases these songs. So thank you guys so much for joining us while we do that. Thank you for being here. We appreciate your support. If you enjoyed the video at all, if you have anything to say about your experience with the song or any trivia that you would like us to know, we love reading you guys in the comments. We love interacting with you. Please leave your thoughts, like the video, and please subscribe if you think you might want to see us again. Bye, everyone.
Bye.